In this video, I'll show you how lists work in BL metrics. You can think of a list as something close to a wanted list on BrickLink, a set of parts and minifigures that you manage yourself. But a list here does more than just sit there. It also becomes a filter you can use across the whole platform, which is where it gets really useful. Let me show you. You'll find lists in the main menu. I don't have any list on this account yet, so let's create the first one. Say I want to keep track of the parts I always want in stock. I'll call it top 50 parts and I'll give it a short description. Parts I always need in my store. That way, later on, I can check whether I actually have all of them. Now let's fill it. If I go to the parts list and sort by quantity sold, I get the parts that sell the most in my region, in new condition. Every row here has a list badge, so I can add parts one at a time. Let me add this Technic pin. I choose the quantity, I choose the condition, and it's in. The badge now shows that this part belongs to the top 50 parts list. If a part is in several lists, the badge shows all of them, and from there you can remove it from one list or add it to another. Let me create a second list to show you what I mean. I'll call this one parts ordered in July. The idea is that these are the parts I've already ordered on Pick-a-Brick. They haven't arrived yet, but I want to keep track of them. I add the pin to that list too, and now the badge shows both. You'll find that same badge on the part page itself, so you can add to a list from wherever you happen to be. Adding parts one by one is fine for a few items, but there's a much faster way. Each row has a checkbox. I select 3 parts, click Add to List, pick the list, and all 3 go in at once. I can also use the checkbox in the header to select everything on the page, which is 50 parts here. And you can go further than that. Let's say I filter down to the fast-moving parts sold in high quantity that are not retired. That gives me 188 results across 4 pages. If I select all, I get the 50 items on this page, but there's also an option to select every item matching my filters. So I can add all 188 to a list in a single click without paging through them. That's not quite what I want here though. What I actually want is the 50 best-selling parts, so let me sort by quantity, select the page, add to list, top 50 parts, quantity 1, condition any, since it doesn't really matter for this use case. Now let's open the list. A list is a table like any other in BL metrics, so everything you already know applies. I can use the table settings to add the columns I need, reorder them, and choose which filters to show. And I can filter the list itself. Here's a good example. I'll filter on Not in your inventory in any condition. And there it is. 4 parts that belong in my top 50 but that I don't currently stock at all. That's the kind of question a list answers in 2 clicks. Minifigures work exactly the same way, and they appear in their own tab. Now for the part I find most powerful. Lists are not just something you look at, they're a filter available across the platform. And like the categories and colors, they can be included or excluded. Remember my second list, the parts I ordered in July. If I go back to my top 50 and add the parts ordered in July list as a filter, it includes them. But if I click the name again, it flips to exclude. So now I'm looking at my top 50 parts minus everything I've already ordered. In other words, exactly what I still need to source. You can use that anywhere the lists filter appears. In your store inventory, you can pull up every lot you hold for the parts in your top 50, or check how much stock you have left on the parts you ordered in July. You can combine it with anything else. Show me the items where I'm running low, that are not in my July order, and that are available on Pick-a-Brick. The restock checker has the same lists filter. Once your lists are set up, they slot into every table you already use. Let's talk about getting data in and out. From a list, you can export in 3 formats. A BrickStore file, a BrickLink XML, which is handy if you want to turn the list into a wanted list on BrickLink, and a Lego Pick-a-Brick CSV. That last one is genuinely a time saver. If your list holds parts you want to order from Pick-a-Brick, you export the CSV, import it on lego.com, and your cart is filled without typing a single reference by hand. You also choose what gets exported. The entire list means every part and every minifigure in it. Currently filtered means only the items visible on screen right now with your filters applied. So if I filter on not in your inventory and then export the current selection, I get just those 4 parts, 4 lots and 0 minifigures. It's an easy way to export a subset without building a second list. Import works the same way in reverse. If you already have a wanted list on BrickLink, export the XML and upload it here and the list is created for you. A BrickStore file works too. One last thing, because a list is a normal table, you can also save presets on it. So a filter combination you use often is one click away. If you want the detail on presets and table settings, have a look at our tables, tips and tricks video, which covers all of it. Lists hold parts and minifigures for now, and the badge on every row makes it easy to see how many lists an item belongs to and which ones. I hope this gives you a few ideas on how to fit them into your own workflow. Check out our next video to learn more about BL metrics.